Hello everyone, this is Psyche, and today I just wanted to chime in with a quick rant on the recent ReZero Collab event. And I am doing this in place of an Emilia guide. Yes, I'm taking the easy way out, in case that's what you're wondering. I'm sure a lot of people were not expecting this to be the next collab, so let's just start from the initial announcement. I kinda go through what I think about each step of the process. So the reaction to the first announcement was that people thought it wasn't going to work. ReZero is from a fantasy genre and Nikke is more of a post-apocalyptic sci-fi. It's not that ReZero is a bad franchise, it's just that it doesn't really fit. And it feels like it was chosen as a deliberate ad campaign to advertise the third season of the anime. Whether or not this is ShiftUp's or ReZero's publisher's choice, I don't know. But the thing about collabs is that both sides have to agree on how the collab content is represented. So I'm sure a lot of Nikke players were disappointed that the assets were not displayed up to standards, and that's the first thing that people were kinda upset about. The timing of the collab is also not very good. ShiftUp just announced that they were going public, and people knew that the voice of shareholders will take priority over the voice of fans. That's typically how it goes when a company goes public. I would like to think that they were forced to add the ReZero characters this way since they got special instructions from the publishers that said, hey, please don't sexualize our characters, and ShiftUp has to accommodate that. So here's hoping they return back to form with their next event. The next topic is the clumsiness of the character designs themselves. While I think the minigame is pretty fun, a lot of players found some mistakes in the designs that just makes it feel like the collab was rushed. You can see Emilia's feet being a bit weird, as if it's almost flipped the other way around. Maybe elves just have differently shaped feet, that's my cope response at least. Emilia's staff also retains its orientation whether she is in the cover position versus the shooting position, where you would think that she'd turn it around or something, since some guns in the game are 3D. She's also got a weird thumb in the skill cutscene, like if it's almost generated by AI. And the most tragic of all, zero jiggle physics. Even for the paid skin, where the material of the outfit is an exact match with Aid. And let's talk about that premium skin while we're at it, because I'm sure a lot of Nikke fans agree that it's literally a downgrade from the original. I don't think they'll get a lot of sales from this, but hey, that's on them. Even the chibi mascot for the premium outfit is an exact copy with Aid's mascot, just with a different head. That's a pretty big yikes. For those wondering, I don't plan on doing an Emilia guide, but I do plan on doing one for Rem. I think Emilia is a fairly decent unit, it's not broken or anything, and gets better when the boss has parts, but not so good if they don't. I only pulled one copy for commemorative sake, and I would suggest the same if you can spare the resources, since it's quite common for collab banners in gacha games to never be rerun again. So that's at least what I think about Emilia. Pull if you want, skip if you want. If I were to give like a really rough estimate, I would say she's between a 3 and a 4, but since I don't plan on diving too deep into her mechanics, I'm just gonna leave that where it is. Now, we don't have hands-on experience with Rem yet, since she will release in a couple of days, but I'm also going for one copy, as I heard she is a pretty decent support, so we'll see. This is a similar case to last year's Chainsaw Man collab, which I also thought was a bit rushed. Again, it mainly felt like it was a way to get a major franchise's name out there versus actually designing a collab event that makes sense. I think last year's Nier Automata event was handled pretty well, as both Nikke and the main scenario writer for Nier have, similar interests. I hope they get more fans on board with this, since I know ReZero is quite popular in Japan, and there's gonna be new players joining, of course. I also know some people have never watched or read ReZero and have no interest in it. Then by all means, skip it and wait for the next Pilgrim. At least it's a way to put your abnormal gear to the test, and at the end of the day, most of the small issues will go unnoticed by the majority of players. People that like the genre or the characters will just pull, and that's the end of that. Overall, I hope they use the collab money well for their new Stellar Blade game. I would totally play it, if only I had a PS5. So overall, while we don't have the entirety of the event's story yet, I would say this collab event, at least for me, is just fairly average. Let me know what you think of the event though. I'm not sure if ShiftUp will do a 1.5 anniversary event, but we can only presume that if they keep up the schedule as we have now, then the next Pilgrim character will be coming out in a month or so. Anyways, thanks for listening to me ranting quickly about the collab. Once again, Rem guide will be in the works. Enjoy the content in the meantime, and as always, have fun with the game.